Have you talking. Grace Kelly was already a Hollywood star when she was swept off her feet by Prince Rainier, the third of Monaco.
He proposed to her at her childhood home in Philadelphia, kicking off a media frenzy like no other.
I've had many happy moments in my life, yes. I don't think being happy is a perpetual state that anyone can be in. No, his life isn't that way.
Although Grace Kelly passed years back, there is something they never told you about her. There have been controversies about her marriage to Prince Rainier.
I don't feel as though I achieved enough in my career to stand out more than many other people.
Many believed Grace was unhappy as a royal, but none of these claims were ever confirmed.
I didn't like having to have a public, the public appearance of being a movie star.
Most of the rumors faded away after her sudden death. But now, 42 years later, the world is stunned. In a move no one saw coming, Prince Rainier finally confessed the truth about those rumors. What exactly did he reveal? Were the accusations true, or was the world wrong all along? Join us as we uncover Grace Kelly's royal husband's shocking confession. What Grace Kelly's royal husband confessed. After 42 years of silence, Prince Rainier has revealed shocking truths about the late wife, Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly and Prince Rainier's marriage lasted until Grace's tragic death. Princess Grace died in September 1982. In a recent interview, Prince Rainier spoke fondly of his wife, Grace Kelly, reflecting on the deep bond they shared throughout their marriage. According to him, she was always there for him, ready to do things with him or help him when he couldn't manage on his own. He said their relationship worked as a team, and after Grace's death, he felt the sadness of losing that team. The connection they had, where they supported and worked together, was something he deeply missed. But beyond these heartfelt memories, Prince Rainier's confession also unveiled some hidden truths about Grace Kelly. Stay tuned to discover what was revealed. Although Prince Rainier didn't reveal everything about Grace, his confession has exposed some of the personal struggles Grace had. What came to light was a woman dealing with deep problems, hidden behind her graceful royal image. Yet, 6 years into her marriage, Grace started feeling more and more lonely and unhappy in her royal life. Monaco, which once seemed magical, began to feel like a golden cage. She had given up her successful Hollywood career for love, but the sparkle of palace life couldn't cover her growing sadness. Initially, Kelly had no intention of retiring from acting after her wedding. Several years later, she even aspired to return to Alfred Hitchcock's Marnie. Eventually, however, as Princess Consort of Monaco, a decision to quit was made. Kelly was the only American actress to marry into a European royal family before Meghan Markle became Duchess of Sussex. The creative freedom and friendships she once enjoyed as an actress were now just distant memories. It was reported that her marriage to Prince Rainier only added to her troubles. Rainier's controlling nature and quick temper created a tense atmosphere at home. While their public life showed a picture of happiness, their private life was full of disagreements. Grace, who had been independent and strong, found it hard to adapt to Rainier's strict expectations, and this caused frequent arguments. Furthermore, even becoming a mother didn't ease her loneliness. Grace loved her 2 children, Princess Caroline and Prince Albert, dearly. But her role as a royal mother came with heavy responsibilities. Her days were often filled with official duties, leaving her little time for herself. The lack of close friends and emotional support made her feel more alone. But it seemed as if her troubles were just beginning. The events that followed were heartbreaking. Grace faced disappointment when a chance to return to acting was taken away. Alfred Hitchcock, the famous director who helped launch her career, offered her a $1 million role in one of his films. This offer gave Grace hope of reconnecting with her passion. Kelly was eager to take on the role, but public outcry in Monaco led her to reconsider. Rainier wouldn't allow it. He said it wasn't right for a princess to act in movies. Grace felt crushed, as this decision closed another door to the life she had once loved. Even so, Grace sought comfort in someone she trusted. Father Francis Tucker, Rainier's chaplain, became a person she could confide in during this tough time. She shared her feelings about her unhappy marriage, her loneliness, and her struggles with her royal duties. Father Tucker listened and tried to guide her, but he couldn't solve the deeper issues she faced. Still, the weight of royal life continued to press down on her, making her feel even worse. The constant attention from the public and the media only made things harder. Grace felt like she had lost herself and was now just Princess Grace of Monaco. The vibrant, confident woman she once was seemed to be fading away, replaced by someone trapped by duty. At one point, Grace even wondered if going back to Hollywood could give her a sense of freedom again. Acting had once been her joy, and the idea of returning to it gave her a brief glimmer of hope. Many believed that Grace Kelly did, to some extent, regret her marriage to Prince Rainier of Monaco, as she likely missed the freedom and creative fulfillment of her acting career in Hollywood, and felt isolated in her new role as a princess. Despite the public appearance of a happy marriage, some reports even suggest she struggled with the constraints of her royal life and the lack of personal agency.
When I first came to Hollywood, there was already a guarantee of special quality in the phrase, a Jimmy Stewart picture.
The reality of her situation, her role as a princess, and the likely backlash from the public made this dream feel impossible. And what she did sparked public reaction. In her moments of deepest sadness, Graves secretly wrote a letter to her mother. She poured out her feelings, describing her unhappiness and how trapped she felt. Writing the letter gave her a way to release her emotions, but she never sent it. It was too personal, revealing a side of her life she didn't want anyone else to see. Adding to her pain, Grace's health began to suffer. She had trouble sleeping, her nights filled with anxious thoughts. These health problems were clear signs of how much emotional pressure she was under. On top of everything else, rumors about Rainier being unfaithful made things worse. Though these rumors weren't confirmed, they added to her pain. Grace was already struggling with her marriage, and now she felt the sting of betrayal. Grace managed to keep up her royal duties. However, behind her composed face was a woman carrying a heavy load of pain. Yet, in a surprising twist, the story of Grace and Prince Rainier's romance was fascinating. It was said that they had fallen deeply in love before tying the knot. Let's take a short walk back. How Prince Rainier and Grace Kelly started. In 1955, Grace Kelly's life changed forever when she met Prince Rainier of Monaco at the Cannes Film Festival. At that time, Grace was already a famous Hollywood star known for her acting skills. Prince Rainier, on the other hand, was a European royal looking to secure the future of Monaco. Their meeting was not entirely by chance. Grace had been invited to a photo shoot at the Prince's Palace, an event arranged as part of the festival. This meeting, though formal at first, turned into something far more meaningful as a connection began to grow between them. During that photo shoot at the palace, an unforgettable moment unfolded. Surrounded by the beauty of Monaco, Grace and Rainier spent time together. Prince Rainier was captivated by Grace's graceful presence, and she, in turn, admired his genuine interest in her. Their conversation revealed a sense of curiosity which paved way for what would soon become a love story that captured the world's imagination. Soon after, their bond deepened, and a romantic relationship began to bloom. Despite the physical distance between them, Grace in the United States and Rainier in Europe, they stayed in close touch. They exchanged letters filled with affection. For Grace, Rainier represented a sense of stability and purpose that stood in contrast to the demanding world of Hollywood. For Rainier, Grace was not only beautiful, but also intelligent and poised, someone who could help him secure Monaco's future. Eventually, Rainier proposed to Grace, and she accepted, marking the start of a new chapter in their lives. Their engagement became an international sensation, leading to one of the most famous weddings of the century. But their marriage wasn't just a personal union. The preparations were grand, as the couple planned for 2 ceremonies to meet the traditions of Monaco and the Catholic Church. The first ceremony, a civil one, was held on April 18, 1956, in the throne room of the Palace of Monaco. This official event was followed by a grand religious ceremony the next day at St. Nicholas Cathedral. The world watched in surprise as Grace walked down the aisle in a stunning gown. The wedding was broadcast to be over 30 million viewers, making it one of the most watched events in history. After the wedding, Grace Kelly became Princess Grace of Monaco, a title that brought a completely different way of life. With this change, Grace made the decision to leave behind her successful acting career. While this choice wasn't easy, she saw it as necessary to fully commit to her new role as a wife, mother, and leader. Hollywood was her past. Her future now lay in Monaco as its princess. Before meeting Prince Rainier, Grace Kelly was already a Hollywood star.
Few people become legends in their own lifetime, win an Academy Award, numerous other awards, and countless golden discs.
She had an extraordinary career in Hollywood, captivating audiences with her talent and beauty. Stay tuned, we've got the story of her journey from a modest background to a Hollywood star. The early life of Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly was born on November 12, 1929, in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, into a family full of success and ambition. From the very start, Grace's home life shaped her future. She grew up surrounded by people who believed in hard work and achieving great things. Her father, John B. Kelly, was a good example of this. He won 3 Olympic gold medals in rowing and later became a wealthy contractor in the brickwork business. His success taught Grace the importance of dedication and determination, values she carried with her throughout her life. At the same time, Grace's mother, Margaret Mayer, also brought her own strengths to the family. With German roots and a love for physical education, Margaret made sure her children understood the importance of living a disciplined life. Margaret had been one of the first women to coach female athletic teams at the University of Pennsylvania, and her guidance left a lasting impression on Grace. Adding to this mix of inspiration were the person who introduced her to the creative world. Walter C. Kelly, a famous vaudeville performer, and George Kelly, a Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright, showed Grace the magic of the arts. They opened her eyes to storytelling and performance, sparking her interest in drama and theater. Grace admired their achievements and began to dream of a similar life, where she could express herself and connect with audiences. From a young age, Grace was drawn to acting, dance, and the stage. She loved performing in school plays and participating in dance programs, where her natural talent shone brightly. Teachers praised her ability to captivate an audience, even as a child. For Grace, these moments on stage weren't just fun. They felt like her calling. Every performance made her dream of pursuing a career in the arts even stronger. However, Grace's dreams weren't supported by everyone, especially not her father. John Kelly did not approve of her desire to become an actress. He thought acting was an unreliable and unsuitable career for his daughter. As someone who valued practical success, he wanted Grace to choose a more stable and respectable path. Despite his opposition, Grace refused to give up on her dreams. She was determined to follow her passion, even if it meant going against her father's wishes. Even as her father expressed his disapproval, Grace stayed focused on her goals. After graduating from high school in 1947, she made a bold decision to move to New York City to study acting. She enrolled at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, a well-known school for aspiring actors. To support herself, Grace began working as a model. She signed with the Walter Thorin modeling agency and started taking on small jobs to make ends meet. At first, the modeling work she found wasn't good. Grace appeared in advertisements for everyday items like bug spray and cigarettes. While these jobs weren't what she dreamed of, they gave her experience and helped her gain confidence. Grace took each opportunity seriously, knowing that every step brought her closer to her goal. Slowly but surely, her dedication began to pay off as more people in the industry noticed her talent. One of those people was Delbert Mann, a television producer who saw potential in Grace. He offered her a chance to act, giving her an important break into the world of performance. This opportunity marked the start of Grace's acting career, validating her hard work and proving that her decision to follow her passion was the right one. From her childhood in Philadelphia to her early struggles in New York City, Grace's journey was filled with challenges and determination. However, it was shocking how Grace eventually rose to fame. But how did someone from such a modest background rise to such heights in Hollywood? What made her stand out among countless others? Let's find out. Grace Kelly's rise to stardom. Grace Kelly's journey to becoming a Hollywood star began with her first significant role in the 1950s TV production, Beth Meriday. Even though the part was small, it gave her the chance to show her acting skills. Audiences couldn't ignore her natural beauty and calm charm. This early exposure opened the door to more opportunities, marking the beginning of her career in the entertainment world. After Beth Meriday, Grace continued to build her reputation by appearing in nearly 60 live television programs. Grace's dedication and talent allowed her to shine. Her ability to deliver convincing performances under pressure proved she was serious about acting. Each appearance helped her gain confidence and prepared her for bigger roles in the future. She also gained attention through standout performances in TV productions like The Father, The Rockingham Tea, and The Apple Tree. These roles showcased her range as an actress, allowing her to play emotional and dramatic characters. Critics began to praise her work, and Grace started to make a name for herself. These successes didn't just boost her career, they showed that she had the potential to become a major star. Her move to films, however, came with challenges. Grace's first big break came when she starred opposite Gary Cooper in the film High Noon. It was a significant project, but Grace faced criticism for being inexperienced. Some felt she didn't have enough depth as an actress. Despite these early doubts, her quiet determination shone through. Her performance added warmth and heart to the movie, helping it become a hit. But setbacks didn't stop there. Early in her film career, Grace faced doubts from critics and industry insiders who questioned whether she had what it took to succeed in Hollywood. She was often seen as just a pretty face, and many wondered if she could handle serious roles. Instead of giving up, Grace worked harder to prove her talent. She took on more challenging parts, determined to show she belonged in the spotlight. Her persistence paid off when she starred in Gambo, a film that helped solidify her place in Hollywood. The movie's success was a turning point, showing everyone that Grace was more than capable of delivering strong performances. With each new role, she gained more respect and recognition, setting herself apart from other actresses of her time. In 1954, Grace Kelly's career reached new heights with the thriller Dial M for Murder. Directed by Alfred Hitchcock, the film allowed her to display her poise and elegance in a gripping story. Working alongside Ray Milland, Grace brought the character to life, captivating audiences and critics alike. The movie raised her profile even further, and her collaboration with Hitchcock would become one of the most significant aspects of her career. That same year, Grace achieved a major milestone by winning the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in The Country Girl. Acting alongside Bing Crosby, she played a complex and emotionally charged character that required real depth. Grace's performance silenced any remaining critics who doubted her abilities. Winning the Oscar was a crowning achievement, proving she was not just a star, but a truly talented actress. While her professional success was undeniable, Grace often found herself the subject of tabloid gossip. Stories about her personal life, including rumored romances with co-stars, filled the headlines. Although the attention was overwhelming at times, Grace managed to stay focused on her career. She didn't let the rumors distract her from her work, showing incredible composure in the face of constant scrutiny. Despite the gossip, Grace's career continued to flourish. Her performances kept drawing audiences to theaters, and her ability to deliver memorable roles overshadowed the noise surrounding her private life. Grace remained committed to her craft, knowing that her work was what truly mattered. Her dedication ensured that her talent remained the focus, even amid the media frenzy. Her career reached its peak with roles in films like To Catch a Thief and Rear Window. In To Catch a Thief, Grace reunited with Hitchcock and starred opposite Cary Grant. The movie's glamorous setting and intriguing story were the perfect backdrop for Grace's charm and sophistication. Her chemistry with Grant was undeniable, making the film a classic. Meanwhile, in Rear Window, Grace delivered one of her most iconic performances. Playing opposite James Stewart, she brought her character to life. The movie became a massive success and solidified her status as one of Hollywood's brightest stars. Through these films, Grace proved she wasn't just a leading lady, she was a true cinematic icon. Grace Kelly's rise to Hollywood stardom was not without its challenges, but her determination and talent made all the difference. Grace Kelly earned a fortune from her acting career, but her financial situation took a hit after marrying Prince Rainier. How did this happen? Stay tuned to find out. Grace Kelly's financial sacrifice. It was said that Princess Grace's fairy tale marriage to Prince Rainier of Monaco came at a very high cost. Rumors spread that Grace had to pay a $2 million dowry to marry the prince, which left many people stunned. While the world admired the grand wedding, the financial demands behind the scenes painted a very different picture. Grace, though a highly successful Hollywood actress, found herself following royal traditions that many believed were unfair. To understand how much this dowry cost, it is important to note that $2 million back then is worth about $20 million today. People couldn't help but wonder why such a tradition was placed on her, especially since she was already a wealthy and respected celebrity. Many thought it was old-fashioned and unnecessary for a woman to pay dowry. However, according to tradition, it was something she had to agree to in order to become Monaco's princess. Even though Grace was an award-winning actress with a remarkable career, her finances took a serious hit after paying the dowry. Hollywood had made her one of the richest stars of her time, but her marriage seemed to change everything. What made things worse was the claim that Grace's marriage to Prince Rainier also caused her to lose her family inheritance. Her father, John Kelly, had worked hard to build a fortune, but much of it reportedly went into supporting Grace's new royal role. This possibly affected her personal wealth, leaving her with very little freedom to spend on herself. Some even suggested that these pressures played a role in her decision to leave her acting career, as the royal family was said to disapprove of her returning to Hollywood. By the time of her tragic death in 1982, it was revealed that Grace had only $10,000 left in her bank account. This news shocked the public, especially those who remembered her as one of the highest-paid actresses in the world. People couldn't understand how someone so successful could end up with so little. Many blamed the financial strain from her royal life, pointing to the dowry as the beginning of her troubles. Years later, in 2021, a documentary was released that uncovered even more about Grace's financial struggles. The film revealed that her marriage to Prince Rainier had drained much of her wealth and painted her as someone who had given up nearly everything, her money, her career, and her independence, to fulfill the role of princess. What made the story even more surprising was that the royal family, known for their wealth, didn't seem to offer Grace much financial security. The Grimaldi family, one of Europe's oldest and richest royal dynasties, was famous for their extravagant lifestyle. Yet, it seemed that Grace did not benefit much from this wealth. Whispers suggested that the royal family was more focused on preserving their fortune than ensuring Grace's comfort. This led to her tragic experience. What do you think about Grace Kelly's marriage to Prince Rainier? Do you believe Prince Rainier mistreated her? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, click on the next video on your screen. You won't want to miss it.